Well, lockdown for me has been, rather difficult because I used to be a very, very regular visitor to see Marilyn. I would go down there every day unless I had something else that prevented me from doing so. She was involved in a car crash which caused her some serious brain damage. Before that, she was a pharmacist and then a teacher, plus a mother of two lovely kids. And so, for the real lockdowns, when I was not even able to get into the hospital, that was quite hard. And even now, with really one visit a week, it's certainly been a change in lifestyle for me, really. One of the highlights of you know, the month, or two of the highlights of the month, depending on which it is, that is always the music. Everything else that goes on at Holy Cross is excellent. But it's a point, it's an hour of intense stuff, and it really does make a difference.
It makes such a nice focus for our staff, for our relatives when they can, for Chris and others to come and be with somebody they love. Okay, it's a slightly different concert, but it's a concert, it's live music.
I particularly remember a few years ago now, you had a cellist came down with a very, very ancient cello, and he played the Swan. And Marilyn always loved Jacqueline Dupre and the Swan, and she cried. So it really does get through to her, especially something as special as that. I mean, during the concert, she is normally very much more awake, and her face seems to be smiling most of the time. I think afterwards, the difference you see is she goes to sleep very quickly because obviously it takes some sort of emotional toll out of her, and then she goes back to sleep. So you can see the difference between before or during and after, as it were.
And on Marilyn, for example, you can see her sometimes really focusing. She used to sing with the Guildford Choral Society, and she has a wonderful smile, and things can really tickle her. And some even higher communication skills can make some comments. At the other end, it can be quite fascinating to see people who are in really extremely low states of awareness, and yet somehow the miracle of music that goes so deep into our human psyche will sometimes just really, and that's just a joy to see. It's, there's nothing like it.
It's almost always the case that you feel uplifted because you feel you've shared an experience. So I shared an experience with Marilyn and with everybody else. So yes, it's as Charles said, it is a concert. It's like going to a concert, being able to actually look at the performer and see what they're doing with their fingers or whatever they're playing the instrument with, and how they move with the music, which even on videos is not quite as good. So there's just that much more awareness of the whole thing going on, which just makes it so much better.
Just this extraordinary live animating presence. There's absolutely nothing like live music. It's wonderful to watch it on the screen, but actually just the physical sound of the cello or the piano or the drums when we have them resonating through the air, it's, you can't really put it into words, but as a lived experience, it's, as I always say, precious beyond words.